Hello, all my IOers. Welcome back to the Industrially Organized podcast, where we make work make sense using psychology, strategy, and just enough honesty to call out what's really going on behind the scenes. I'm Nicole, and today we're talking about something that's been living rent free in everyone's mind lately: artificial intelligence. That's right, AI, baby. More specifically, we're going to get into what AI is actually great at and what it will never be able to replace, no matter how advanced it gets. Because let's be real, AI is impressive, but it's also not you. So buckle up because this is a biggie. So before we start defending humanity, let's be fair. AI is really good at a lot of things. It can analyze massive amounts of data in seconds. It can automate repetitive tasks. It can draft emails, reports, presentations. It can schedule your entire life better than you can. Honestly, AI is like the overachiever coworker who somehow finishes everything early and still has time to ask, "Do you need help with anything else?" And from a company perspective, that's gold. AI helps businesses increase efficiency, reduce costs, make faster data driven decisions. It helps scale operations without burning people out. For employees, it can actually be a huge benefit too, if used correctly. It takes the busy work off your plate so you can focus on higher value work. And it can help you brainstorm ideas when you're stuck. It can even help you prepare for meetings, write better communication, or learn new skills faster. So, no, AI is not the villain here, but there's some things to consider here. Here's where AI hits a wall. There's a moment in every workplace interaction where logic alone isn't enough. It's the moment when someone feels overlooked in a meeting, or a team member is clearly burned out but hasn't said it out loud, or a conversation gets tense and no one really knows why, or when feedback lands wrong, even if it was technically correct. AI doesn't catch that because emotional intelligence isn't about processing information. It's about interpreting human experience. And this is where we need to go deeper. Emotional intelligence, or EI, is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage emotions in yourself and others, and then use that awareness to guide your behavior, not just in easy moments, but especially in uncomfortable ones. Let's break emotional intelligence down in a way that actually shows up at work. Self awareness is realizing I'm frustrated right now and it's affecting how I'm responding. Self management is choosing not to send that email immediately. Social awareness is noticing something's off with my team today. And relationship management is addressing all this in a way that builds trust instead of tension. AI can give you the words to say, but it can't tell you when not to say them. Here's where companies sometimes get it wrong. They think if AI makes us faster, we're better, but not always, because speed without emotional intelligence can actually make problems worse faster. Let me give you a real world example. An AI tool helps a manager quickly generate performance feedback. It's clear, it's structured, and technically accurate, but it completely misses the tone. Now the employee walks away feeling discouraged instead of motivated. Nothing about the data was wrong, but the delivery failed. That's the difference between efficiency and effectiveness. And emotional intelligence is what bridges that gap. Let's get really clear on this because this is where your competitive advantage lives. There are certain things AI will not be able to replicate in a meaningful way. First example is genuine empathy, not scripted empathy, not I understand how you feel. Real empathy where someone feels seen, heard, and understood. Number two, trust building. Trust is built through consistency, vulnerability, and sharing experiences. AI doesn't build relationships, it processes interactions. Number three, navigating complex human dynamics. You have office politics, unspoken tension, you have team dynamics. All this is nuance. And nuance is where humans outperform machines every time. Number four is judgment in ambiguity. When there's no clear answer, no perfect data set, no obvious direction, that's where emotional intelligence and human judgment take over. Now, the goal isn't to compete with AI. That's a losing game. The goal is to partner with it. Use AI for what it does best: speed, data, structure, efficiency. And then layer in what you do best: context, judgment, communication, emotional awareness. That combination is powerful. That's what makes someone not just good at their job, but indispensable. Let's talk about what this really means for your career, because this is where most people either get ahead or get left behind. A lot of professionals are reacting to AI in one of two ways. They're either avoiding it completely or they're over relying on it. Neither one works. Avoiding AI makes you outdated, and over relying on AI makes you replaceable. The sweet spot is knowing how to use AI effectively and then elevating it with emotional intelligence. That's how you become irreplaceable. And here's what that actually looks like in real life. Step one, use AI to create the foundation. Let AI help you draft the email, outline the strategy, analyze the data, and prepare talking points. It gets you 70% faster than you could on your own. But here's the key: don't hit send yet. Step two, apply emotional intelligence before execution. Ask yourself, how will this land with the person reading it? What's their current situation, stress level, or perspective? Is the tone right for this relationship, not just technically right? This is where most people skip the step, and it shows because AI can make you sound polished, but only emotional intelligence makes you sound intentional. Step three, adjust for impact, not accuracy. This is where you take what AI gave you and make it human. Maybe you soften the tone. Maybe you add some context. Maybe you choose to have a conversation instead of sending a message at all. That decision, that's leadership. And this doesn't just apply to communication. It shows up in how you give feedback, how you lead meetings, how you manage conflict, how you support your team, and how you make decisions when the data isn't the full story. Remember, AI gives you the information, but emotional intelligence tells you what to do with it. So if you're trying to future proof your career, Don't just ask, how do I get better at AI? Start asking, how do I use AI in a way that makes my human skills even stronger? Because the professionals who win in this next phase of work are not the ones who rely on AI, and they're not the ones who ignore it. They're the ones who know how to combine it. That combination, AI for efficiency and EI for effectiveness, that's what makes someone not just valuable, but very, very hard to replace. So let's bring this all together. AI is not the thing that's going to replace you, but the way you choose to use it, that absolutely will determine your value. Because here's what's happening right now. Anyone can use AI to generate ideas or write content or analyze data. That's becoming the baseline. But not everyone knows how to take that output and turn it into something that actually connects, that influences and drives results. And that's where you separate yourself. The professionals who are going to stand out in this next phase of work are the ones who don't just move faster, they move smarter. They use AI to create efficiency and then layer in emotional intelligence to create impact. They pause before they hit send. They think about how their message is going to land. They adjust, refine, and communicate in a way that actually builds trust. Because at the end of the day, AI can help you produce more, but emotional intelligence is what makes people want to work with you. It builds credibility, it strengthens relationships, and it's what turns opportunities into long term success. So, if you're thinking about how to grow in your career right now, don't just focus on learning the latest tools. Focus on how you show up. Focus on how you communicate. Focus on how you lead, even if you don't have that leadership title yet. Because when you combine AI with emotional intelligence, you're not just keeping up. You're positioning yourself as someone organizations don't want to lose. And that's the goal, not to just stay relevant, but to become irreplaceable. If this episode gave you a new way to think about your role in an AI driven world, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And stay tuned because I'm going to be diving deep into the AI topic in more episodes coming up. AI is ever present in our current reality. And I think it's going to be a super influential piece of your next career move. As a reminder, if you're ready to actually develop these skills and apply them to your career, that's exactly the work we do at Industrially Organized. Check out the website, I'll put it in the description. Because success today isn't just about what you produce, it's about how you think, how you communicate, and how you show up. I'm Nicole, and thanks for hanging out with me today. I'll see you in the next one.